Kuala Lumpur Seremban Expressway or KL Seremban Expressway is Malaysia's first toll expressway opened in 1978. Linking the national capital city Kuala Lumpur with Seremban, the state capital of Negeri Sembilan, KL Seremban Expressway encouraged urbanisation away from the crowded city centre and opened up new land for industrial areas. How does this 60-kilometre expressway pioneered the proper standard, construction and operation of the later expressways in Malaysia? Let's drive on multi-lane expressway to understand the need of building a toll expressway, the first in Malaysia. KL Seremban Expressway is the second controlled access road built in Kuala Lumpur after Federal Highway towards Port Klang to the west. Seremban is neither the second largest city in the country nor has important infrastructure such as port or an airport. The leverage that the city has, it is the nearest state capital with Kuala Lumpur outside the Klang Valley. In this video, KL Seremban Expressway is defined as the whole original alignment from Jalan Istana Interchange to Seremban unless specified otherwise. Kuala Lumpur and Seremban are connected by Federal Route 1, which was completed in the early 20th century. By rail, both cities are connected by government-owned Malayan Railway, today Kereta Api Tanah Melayu or KTM. The existing road was increasingly congested when the number of road vehicles in Peninsula increased from 669,300 in the year 1970 to 2,200,700 in the year 1980, 10 years later. The plan to build a new road between Kuala Lumpur and Seremban has been briefly mentioned in the Second Malaysia Plan 1971 to 1975 as part of improving the existing major roads. In this figure, based on Second Malaysia Plan, there is no distinction between controlled access KL Seremban Expressway with other federal-built Super 2 highway such as Kuantan Segamat Road and East-West Highway. East-West Highway is one of the strategies made by Malaysia to win the Cold War. The link is up here if you want to watch more. In the Third Malaysia Plan 1976 to 1980, it was reported that KL Seremban Expressway is almost complete. With a cost of 97 million ringgit, KL Seremban Expressway was built with the loans from World Bank that would be repaid with the toll collection. Interestingly, KL Seremban Expressway toll plazas was not the first toll plazas in the country, not even the second. The first toll road in Malaysia is Tanjung Malim Slim River Road, which was in operation between 1966 until 1994. Did you know that the first toll collection was not in Perak, in Slim River and Tanjung Malim, but in Kelantan? The first toll road collection was made at Sultan Yahya Petra Bridge, Kota Baru in the year 1965 after the bridge was opened to traffic. The toll at Sultan Yahya Petra Bridge was 50 cents for the cars until the toll was abolished in the year 1979. Back to KL. KL Seremban Expressway started at Jalan Istana Interchange near the city centre and ends near Senawang. By zooming into Senawang Interchange, do you notice that the expressway angled perfectly into Senawang Toll Plaza? The construction of expressway began in the year 1974 and built as a turnkey project, which means that the project is fully planned and designed by the contractors in compliance with the international standard. To minimize the cost, thus minimize the earthworks, the speed limit on the certain sections is only 90 km per hour due to steep gradient, for example Kajang to Bangi. Unlike most of the expressway construction today, the cost of building KL Seremban Expressway is including the improvement of old road between Kajang and Seremban. The purpose is to provide the technical transfer of building the Super 2 highway while provide a toll-free alternative to the drivers who do not want to pay the toll. LDP. In the year 1978, KL Seremban Expressway was open to traffic, but there were pressing issues after its opening. A few years after its opening, damages were found on the surface and the maintenance was slow. Thus, the expressway jurisdiction was transferred to Malaysian Highway Authority or LLM, and the toll was charged at two toll plazas, one in Sungai Besi and one in Labu. LLM headquarters located just beside the expressway near Kajang Interchange. KL Seremban Expressway was fully opened on 16th of June 1982 and officiated by Minister of Public Works Tun S. Samivelu when he becomes the first person to pay the toll. Toll is charged to repay the loans to the World Bank and the cost of expressway maintenance, about 2.5 million ringgit in the year 1982. In addition, LLM spent 97 million ringgit to build a new toll plazas and interchanges. KL Seremban Expressway has the first among the characters that Malaysians are accustomed to on an expressway. The expressway is the first controlled access toll expressway, the first closed toll system, and the first expressway with the rest areas. According to Parliamentary Handset dated 22nd of November 1985, a question arose when the food stalls were not rented and it might be turned into a goat shelter. The amenities such as toilets and musola was built afterwards to attract food vendors and drivers. Seredang Lay-by is a great example of an original rest area. Small food stalls with toilets at the back and musola both were built later. Meanwhile, Seremban Rest and Service Area has been upgraded a few times, and the latest upgrade was on March 2024 to accommodate increasing numbers of visitors. The number of drivers and passengers keep increasing each year, so does the food price. To ensure the accurate toll charge, KL Seremban Expressway is the first expressway that used transit ticket. For those of you who are born after 1996, you might never held a transit ticket. Transit ticket recorded the type of vehicle, time and entry location, thus determine the correct toll that need to be paid when the vehicle exits the expressway. The data was stored in the magnetic strip on the paper, similar technology with parking ticket. Transit ticket was abolished on the 80th of June 2013 and replaced by plastic transit card, which is more durable and reusable. The usage of transit card was later abolished in the 80th of January 2016 when the toll collection is fully electronic since. Why? Oh, thank you so much! After the privatization of PLUS in the year 1988, PLUS took over KL Seremban Expressway segment between Sungai Besi and Seremban and included as part of the southern half of PLUS gazetted SE2. The reason why not all, only a large part of it, because nobody wants to pay for the maintenance for the road section that is free to use. The segment between Sungai Besi and Seremban were widened into 3 lanes per direction in the year 1992 and the widening project finished in the year 1995. Meanwhile, in 1992, the remaining section between Sungai Besi and Jalan Istana Interchange were privatized to Metramac and gazetted as E37. Similar to the PLUS section, the section under Metramac, which is today Anir Berhad, was widened into 3 lanes per direction with a cost of 271 million ringgit. Thus, the single expressway was maintained by 2 different concessionaires, a one and only unique circumstance until the completion of East Coast Expressway Phase 2 in the year 2015. I talked about the construction of the East Coast Expressway in the previous video, rural, where the expressway was divided into 2 parts, crossing 2 states. If you want to know why there are 2 parts, 2 phases, watch number 1 and number 2 to know more. The link up here for videos. For the regular users of KL Seremban Expressway, you might ask, if there were 2 different companies, why only PLUS charged the toll? Between 1995 until 2018, tolls for both PLUS and Metramac, later Anir concessions, was collected in just one place, Sungai Besi Toll Plaza. Drivers who used cash lane between those years will notice below the window of the cashier there was a toll list board that stated toll inclusive of KL Seremban Expressway toll charge. For Class 1, which is a normal car, a sedan, SUV, the toll was 80 cents. On the 1st of June 2018, the toll collection for KL Seremban Expressway was abolished after the concession term ended and the section was currently maintained by DBKL, the City Hall. As a result, the drivers are only charged for the toll on Plus section until its concession ended in 2058, far away. KL Seremban Expressway has opened a possibility to work in Kuala Lumpur and live elsewhere when the new townships were developed, such as Bandar Baru Bangi, Bandar Baru Nilai, Seri Putra, Bukit Mahkota and the latest Southville City. The expressway not only encouraged the growth of suburban areas outside Kuala Lumpur but also the development of industrial areas, new National Administration Centre and a new international airport. When Kuala Lumpur International Airport or KLIA was opened in 1998 and Putrajaya was incorporated in the year 1999, KL Seremban Expressway was the main expressway that linked these two mega projects to Kuala Lumpur. By looking at the third series of 5 ringgit banknotes issued between 1996 until 2009, KL Seremban Expressway is represented by this double line from Bukit Jalil in the north to Nilai Utara in the south. The expressway becomes the eastern border of Multimedia Super Corridor MSC, later known as MSC Malaysia. On Negeri Sembilan side, the nearness with MSC Malaysia, Putrajaya and KLIA has sparked a little known development project called Malaysian Vision Valley. Malaysian Vision Valley opened up the new industrial areas for factories moving out from Klang Valley such as Coca-Cola, Kellogg's and Ajinomoto, together with the new townships of Sendayan and Stag and Kota Seri Emas. Because of the cheaper landed property and spacious suburb land, a trend of live in Seremban, work in KL is increasingly common. Expanding suburb and same interchange design of Labu interchange makes the traffic is kind of hell every weekday evening. Due to increasing traffic between Kuala Lumpur and Seremban, in addition to expanding suburb in Semenyih and Nilai, a new parallel expressway was built about 5 kilometers to the east. Kajang Seremban Expressway or Lekas was opened in the year 2009 to serve the eastern part of Klang Valley, newly opened suburb in Semenyih and industrial area in Senawang, the area which was the reason KL Seremban was built back in the year 1978. Not wanting to lose, Plus has widened the expressway between Nilai Utara to Labu interchange to 4 lanes each direction, which was completed in the year 2015. More lanes and more expressways do not reduce the traffic and the worsening congestion, especially on a rush hour in Sungai Besi Toll Plaza. Compare that with KTM electrified double track railway built in 1995 that remained in the same condition, with no new railway line elsewhere between and no change on the track until 2015 when the never-ending track replacement project began. I talked about the KTM commuter in the previous video where the issue of punctuality, connectivity and the ticketing issues has caused the dissatisfaction among the passengers, including myself. If you want to know more about the issues, you can look at the link up here. If you spend too much time on the internet, you might read this line from Wikipedia. Bukit Kayu Hitam's Jitra section is the first built section of North-South Expressway, but this section is not the North-South Expressway or Plus that Malaysians are accustomed with. Therefore, the actual grandfather of North-South Expressway should be KL Seremban Expressway, control access, transit ticket and trumpet interchanges, characteristic that Bukit Kayu Hitam Jitra section do not have. End of the story. You can say anything in your comment if you do not agree. Okay, one section done. How about the rest of the Plus network? In the late 1970s, if you want to drive on KL Seremban Expressway, the expressway started at Jalan Istana Interchange and ends at Senawang Interchange. All the vehicles between Kuala Lumpur, Melaka, Johor Bahru and Singapore using the expressway will very likely to use KL Seremban section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new about KL Seremban Expressway as the first control access expressway and the first one with transit ticket. Thank you so much for watching again and see you in the next video.